everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at what messages you need to receive from your future self, okay? And again, these messages are going to be like involving a lot of things. This can involve your work, your relationships, but mostly your personal self, your self growth, okay? That is what I'm keeping in mind as I'm filming this video. Now, as always, you have 3 piles in front of you. Please make sure you pick one that speaks to you, and especially for this video, I would really insist that you decide on one pile and stick with it instead of going for multiple things. Yeah, that's what's something I really believe in, especially for this video. I'll give you some time when it comes to selecting your pile, and then we'll start with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, these are the messages that your future self has for you. Now, let's see. Okay. See, your future self is basically telling you that in your life, every day, look at yourself with your own set of eyes and feel love for yourself with your own heart. If you rely on other people's impression of you, if you rely on other people's judgment of you, you're forever going to be stuck in a loop. Yeah? So it's important for you that your self-worth comes from yourself and not because of others' opinions. And your decisions are your very own. Love yourself. Accept yourself. Yeah, wherever you are today is what your future self is here to tell you. You are beautiful, you're sensitive, you're brave, you're talented. Consider yourself worthy of being the individual that you are, and consider yourself worthy of every beautiful thing that is supposed to come to you in the future. Your future self is also here to tell you that believe in your dreams, have hopes, have plans, and start working towards them. It's important for you to have a vision for your life. So right now, if you just go with the flow, or I'll just do things as they come, maybe you need a little bit more concrete planning than usual. Your future self is telling you that you are on this earthly plane going to advance spiritually a great deal. You are going to be reaching a point where you feel like, okay, this is the place I want to be. Yeah? So maybe you will be involved with a particular spiritual group or a spiritual practice, but you will really elevate when it comes to your spiritual standing in life. But along with that, you won't also suffer materially, okay? Materially true, you're blessed. So in a way, in this lifetime, you are meant to live in both worlds. You're supposed to have a great material life, but you're also supposed to be having an equally or more blessed spiritual life. Yeah? So there's a beautiful balance in your life. So work towards both is what your future self is telling you. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that you have to take care of yourself. You have to do things that make you fall in love with yourself. Yeah? So this could involve dressing in a way that, makes you really happy, or putting your best self out there. So if you want a particular job, dress for it. Yeah? Cater to that beauty. You're very beautiful on that inside. Let it shine on the outside. Yeah? So pay attention to especially your wardrobe, the image that you project to the world, and so much more. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that you need to examine your interactions with other people. How do they make you feel? Do they make you feel loved? Do they make you feel cherished? And if they do not make you feel this way, then it is important for you to limit your interactions with people who do not spark you joy. Because sometimes you let certain things continue beyond your comfort zone. So that is something you have to observe, okay? You have to observe a little bit of patterns in your relationship, loving relationships and other relationships as well. But that observation is absolutely essential for you. And there is almost a need for a drastic transformation for you, and all of that has to start within. Yeah? See, the sense I'm getting here is, you've lived a particular way for way too long, and it's time for you to change it. Yeah? to value yourself, to become the best self that you can be. Stop playing it safe and stop once again looking at yourself through the eyes of the world, is what your future self is here to tell you. Now, interestingly, your future self is also here to tell you that you are a very, very powerful manifester. So whatever your heart's desire is, you have to completely ask for it. Yeah, you are a co-creator with spirit. That is something you shouldn't forget. But at the same time, you also have to make sure that you wish wisely. So when you want something, ask yourself, is this really something that I want? Or is this something that I'm just settling for? So wish wisely, because whatever you're going to be wishing, you are going to be receiving it. Okay, wow. Your future self is telling you we are at peace. We have peace in our life. We have stability in our life. And we are happy in our own skin. Yeah? We are really, really at peace. And in a way, this almost comes as a thank you to you because you've done a lot of work. So maybe you'll do a lot of work starting from today, which the future self is thanking you for. You're putting yourself in this frame of mind. Yeah? Okay. Now, your future self is telling you if you have a tendency of hoarding things. Like, really having things that are like very, very old, okay? Maybe sometimes from your childhood too. You carry them as sentimental items, but that is just increasing your burden. So whatever doesn't belong, can you please throw it away or give it away? Because I get a feeling like maybe, you have to move somewhere or you have to like do certain things and then you're like, oh, I wish I did not have so much stuff. So it's almost like your future self is telling you, can you please buy things that you truly, truly need, and what you don't need, give away. Very strong message, okay? So all of my shopaholics out there, very firm indication. Now, your future self is telling you take care of your health, okay? Take care of your health, because if your health suffers, your soul suffers and your mind cannot function at the optimum best. See, maybe you're treating your body very, very carelessly today, and if you don't solve it right now or resolve it right now, they will pay in the future. Yeah? So especially for those people who may be, going through something like physically, take care. Yeah, that's a really, really strong message. And especially if you have a sweet tooth, if you eat things that are excessively sweet, then that's something that you're being warned against. But your future self is also here to tell you that you are going to be involved in some kind of a nature project, okay? Maybe you have a very, very close connection with Mother Earth. So can you like have your own garden? Can you plant trees? Can you like, go outside in nature and like, start that nature preservation project is what is coming through. And animals too, they are a central part of your life's purpose. So I also get a feeling like maybe you are working with an animal shelter in the future, or taking care of strays, okay? That's something that's coming forth. Can be a rescue organization too, but that connection of being an environmentalist is supremely strong for you. Okay, now your future self is telling you if you have a goal in mind, you're hitting it. You are making your dreams into a reality. So bravo, you've made it to what you were really hoping towards. Yeah, but you're clearly arriving at a point where you celebrate yourself, but people celebrate you too. Yeah, very important achievement is coming for you. Okay, now your future self is telling you, please make sure that you're meditating. And the only reason for you to meditate is so that you remain centered and grounded. See, once again, what may happen is if you do this today, you don't have to regret it tomorrow. See, when it comes to meditation, if you get deeper and deeper into meditation, you'll spiritually progress that much. Yeah? And maybe your future self is like, oh, I wish I tried this sooner. So remain centered, remain grounded, and don't let other people spoil your energy. Yeah, that's very important for you. Now, your future self is also telling you that when it comes to your spiritual practice, You have to practice something that is right for you, that makes you feel like, okay, this is my path. Of course, your future self is telling you, your path may be different from the path of those around you. And that's absolutely okay. In the end, all paths lead to home. But every specific person has their own path, which is destined, towards which they are guided in every lifetime. And you are being guided. So ask your intuition, what is my path? And your intuition will answer. And don't go against your intuition and your inner authority. Yeah? That's something your future self is telling you. Okay, and your future self is also here to tell you that it is very important for you to not hold on to resentments in this life. Yeah, because once again, when it comes to resentments, they just do nothing but in the end they spoil your own energy. And once again, with the remain centered and you're making really, really a great deal of spiritual progress, maybe it's like, you are in the future saying that, oh, I wish I held on to less resentments. Yeah, see, resentment builds up toxicity. Yeah, and don't expect perfection from people. Nobody is perfect. Maybe you are one of those who do things beautifully because you're programmed that way. Not every person is. So if you judge other people by your own standards, your future self is warning you against it. It can just lead to isolation on your part. Okay, so please make sure you're remaining centered, especially when it comes to your own emotions, and keep a positive mindset. Yeah, no matter what you've been through in life, if you've been through something, it's absolutely okay. You're valued, your experiences matter, but don't let that shape you into someone that your future self will be, then in trouble with, or will then be like, oh, I wish I did not do that. So today, if you're not forgiving somebody, if you're holding on to resentments, yeah, that's something you really, really need to let go of. But remember, your future self is telling you you are at peace. Maybe you've already forgiven, or you should get started with the process. And you are good materially. You have more than enough. You're very blessed in that sense. And spiritually as well, you're very, very advanced. So a couple of things that you need to take care of is, one, you're deserving to be more worthy than you think you are, and that keeping yourself calm and centered. Those are the things that you really have to focus on, is what your future self is telling you. I will leave you here with nothing but my best wishes. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, these are the messages that your future self has for you. Now, pile 2, your future self is telling you that the life that you're living right now and the life that you're living in the future are as different as a 360-degree turn. So you are going to be having a very different life, a more beautiful life, and a more peaceful life at that. Especially right now, if you are at a point where things are a little difficult, excessively difficult, or things just bring you a little bit of grief now and then, that is changing. You're going to be having a time that is much more to your liking and much more that is suitable to your energies, is what is coming forth. Very different kind of a life. See, your future self is telling you there is balance in your life. There is harmony in your life. There is beauty in your life. And maybe for a couple of you, you are going to be changing your residence very, very soon. Like where you are right now and where you will be in the future are two entirely different places. Yeah? And which is what is bringing you a great deal of satisfaction and happiness. Harmony comes in, joy comes in. The kind that you really, really want right now. But of course, your future self is telling you that you have to make some very, very practical decisions around money. So if you have a tendency to spend emotionally, that will come to harm you at a later point of time. So maybe, the money you're spending today, your future self is like, I could have used that money. Yeah. So please make sure you're very, very careful when it comes to your investments. Save for your future wherever you are today, because your financial health needs to be taken care of for the long term, especially. Now, your future self is also telling you, instead of struggling with a situation too much, instead of giving too much to a situation that you know cannot be changed, just let it go. Take the high road and move on. Yeah, because sometimes, pile 2, what happens is, in the heat of the moment or when things are not going right, you cannot see clearly. Your responses are very, very emotional. They have to be practical. So for resolving anything, you have to make sure that you take a step away from it. Let go that you cannot change. Yeah, you need to really invite grace in your life. Yeah, be that person, take the higher ground in certain cases, is what your future self is here to tell you. Your future self is also telling you, you're very, very intuitive. You keep getting intuitive messages, but sometimes you ignore them. And that ignoring then is like, oh, I wish I did that. So don't let me regret a couple of things in the future, is what your future self is telling you. Honor the deep knowing, honor the deep beliefs that you have, and do and live your life according to what really, really feels like for you intuitively. Honor your deep knowing. Now, your future self is also telling you that in your life, you have to be brave and you have to be strong and you have to be like the mighty mountain. Yeah? So if you're very, very changeable and mutable in your ways, where you sway according to the wind, you move your choices according to the wind, that has to change. So if you're deciding on something, be stable on it. That's important. Because, if you change your goals too often, then you just end up confusing yourself in the future. So you have to be firm in your decision making, is what your future self is here to tell you. And follow your dreams. If you have a dream to become something in life, to do something in life that requires you to be brave, be brave. But you have to live a life where you fulfill your dreams. Otherwise, you'll just reach that future self and be like, oh, I wish I fulfilled that dream. Don't be in that wishful thinking for the future, because the regrets later are not going to help you. Any change that you want to make, you have to make it today. Follow your dreams, or else you're going to be regretting it later. Your future self is also here to tell you that you need to find motivation within yourself. So if you rely on somebody else to, push you forward or shove you forward or give you the motivation, you have to be the motivating factor in your life. See, you think a lot is what your future self is telling you, but when it comes to actually executing it, sometimes you have difficulties. Yeah, you are living in the wishful zone. So get down, do the hard work and get the rewards that you seek. So little bit of motivation may be missing in you, is what your future self is telling you. Now, your future self is telling you to ask yourself, what do you want? What is your truth? What do you want to be defined as in the future? If somebody is asking you to leave your legacy, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Ask yourself this question and you will get the clarity that you seek. Yeah? Because the truth about yourself is something you yourself do not know. So when you don't know that, how can you expect the world to know that about you? Is what your future self is here to tell you. Your future self is also here to tell you that you have to stand your ground. Once again, the message of the mountain. That you have to be brave in certain instances. And to have firm boundaries between yourself and other people when it is essential. Yeah, important for you to make independent financial decisions. When it comes to any decisions based on your career, they have to be independent, and not because somebody else tells you that this is right for you, or somebody else feels like, oh, you're more suited for this. You have to have a constant internal dialogue with yourself, okay? Learn to understand yourself is what your future self is here to tell you. See, for you, you have a lot of work ahead of you, pile 2. And if you actually do it, your life will be dramatically different. So you are almost like, the writer of your own destiny, is what your future self is telling you. And most importantly, let love into your life. So if you have a tendency to do everything on your own, accept help. If somebody is trying to love you in their own way, accept their love without hoping and praying that they would love you in a certain way. Because love is love in different forms. I could tell you that I love you. In case of others, they could do something for you. And in other cases, it could be entirely different. Love is expressed in 1,000 ways and more. Yeah? So don't expect love to be of your own kind. It doesn't work that way, is what your future self is telling you. But remember, when it comes to your life, your intention every single day is towards peace. That is how it should be. So wake up in the morning and tell yourself that I have peace in my life. That has to be like an affirmation for you. I have peace in my life, not I want peace in my life. When you say something as it is present today, you will make wonders happen. Remember that peace for you starts within. Everything for you starts with making internal changes, pile 2. Nothing for you is external, it is all internal. Because that is how powerful you are. Yeah? So I am at peace should be your everyday affirmation. Okay, your future self is also telling you when it comes to your interactions with other people, you learn the greatest lesson. So maybe you have a tremendous amount of relationship karma. And if you want to resolve that relationship karma, you have to observe once again your patterns. How do I talk to this person? How am I contributing to the nature of this relationship? Is this relationship leaving me wiser? Is this relationship leaving me fulfilled? Or is this interaction not really nice for me? And then, have your boundaries in place. But your personal interactions, like their pattern needs to really, really undergo some transformation. But your future self is telling you, you are not alone. There are 1,000 people in the world who are just like you. But you will meet them, first of all, if you get out of your comfort zone. And second, if you will just take a chance on life. Yeah? So ask for help when you want help. Call for support when you need support. You can, of course, do it all on your own, but if you get help, you will benefit from it, is what your future self is here to tell you. And once again, your future self is telling you, be open to learning. If somebody is correcting you with the best interest that they have for you in their heart, listen to them. Yeah? See, it's important for you if somebody is pointing out your weakness, asking yourself, is this right in certain cases? And if you feel like, this actually has a little bit of iota of truth that can benefit you as an individual. So instead of being defensive, really learn something from it. Yeah, because you have a lot more personal growth to undergo, and everything is happening in your life for your own benefit, so that you can have an entirely different life from the one that you're living in, and quit living in your head all the time, is what your future self is here to tell you. As always, as I wrap this video, first of all, I'm going to give you a lot of love and a lot of support from my end towards your future. Remember, you can become a better person every day. You just have to make an intention towards it. I will leave you here with nothing but my best wishes for your future. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 3, these are the messages that you need to receive from your future self. First of all, the clear impression that I'm getting here is your dreams have become a reality. Like off the bat, okay? That's the impression I'm getting here. You're happy, you're peaceful, and you are living a blessed life. A truly, truly blessed life. You have everything going right for you. Like finally you have everything going right. So you're clearly very, very blessed. You're blessed with love. You're blessed with people who care about you. And you're blessed with prosperity as well. You're like the chosen people. Okay. Now along with that, you're also getting very, very strong spiritually. Like, especially intuitively, you are really, really blessed. It's like the angels surround you every single moment. And your prayers are answered, especially if your prayers are towards something spiritual in nature. They're truly answered. And not only are your prayers directed towards yourself, they also directed towards, humanity at large is what is coming through. So especially if you're an earth angel or if you're a light worker of some sorts, clearly you are really reaching a point where you're supposed to reach in this lifetime. Yeah? Okay. And once again, if there is somebody out here who's like waiting to embrace motherhood, who wants to have a child of their own, that is happening for you. Okay, so pregnancy for a couple of you is very, very likely, and you're happy. Okay, but remember this, you are blessed with that mother energy. This can be your own children, of course, but sometimes this can also be, kids in general. Maybe for a couple of you, you will work with kids in the future. You will work with, children of special needs, but kids are predominantly in your life, and your life is blessed. Honestly, that's what I'm really getting here. And you're also living a life in the future that is very, very earth based. Simple life, blessed life, beautiful life. That's the impression that I have for you. And interestingly, you're also taking a lot of risks for yourself in the future. Yeah? It's like you follow your heart wherever you go. You're living a heart-centered life. You are also in love with life, okay? So especially for all of my friends who are like struggling right now a little bit, it's sure relief for you. The future is much, much better. Like 120 times better is what I'm... Yeah, that's what's coming through. Also, one thing that you have to be careful of though is your thoughts, okay? Because your mind is like a mirror to the divine. Whatever you think of, whatever conceive of in your mind, it's like the divine hears you. So it is very important to make sure that your thoughts are clear at all points of time. Your thoughts are towards the good of everybody at all point of time, because sometimes even your unconscious prayers get answered. Yeah, it's like the magic stream is open for you. Like you peep in, you wish for what you want, and you get it. The universe is your genie. That's the impression I'm really getting here, okay? Also, you have a lot of ancestral blessings in your life, okay? Like wherever you are, your ancestors are supremely proud of you, and they are with you every step of the way. That's coming forth for you, okay? And also the earth spirits are very happy with you. So especially if you are like taking care of a land, if you're involved in farming or doing something of that nature, you're blessed a lot because of that. Now, you also have people in your life that are like forever your people. Of course, this could be people of your family, but this could also be friends or complete strangers who mean a great deal to you. But you're not alone, okay? You're completely not alone. You have love in your life. You have family in your life. And family can mean a lot of things these days, but you are definitely not alone is the sense I'm getting here. One thing that you need to be careful about is to have a focal point. So if you're doing too many things, can you just stick to one thing for now? Or if you are easily the kind of person who gets distracted, okay, you're doing thing, okay, this is like your main thing, but something calls your attention and you get distracted, don't let that happen. Your focus has to be on that one goal that you have for yourself. And of course, if you want to pursue other things as hobby, you're more than welcome to. But that main goal of yours requires focus at all point of time. Yeah, that's important for you. When it comes to your career, okay, if right now you're considering changing your career, or if you're slightly unhappy with your career, you have the possibility to consider your options. And especially it's important for you to weigh your options very properly. What is my career choice going to feel like in the future? Am I going to be satisfied with it? Am I going to be happy with it? And of course, is this going to be financially viable for me? But consider your options, because I feel like a lot of them are open to you, and maybe which is why your focus is like slightly getting disturbed. So reach some kind of conclusion relating to your career is a strong message from your future self. Okay, now when it comes to your health, you have to take care of it, and every single day do something that will bring you towards being healthy. See, at this point of time, I don't see anything negatively affecting your future, but your future self is telling you, can you just start an exercise routine like today? Like, if you're doing something, stick to it. If this aerobics you want to do, do it. If this Zumba you want to do, if this Tai Chi you want to do, go for whatever it is that you want, but make sure you're making healthy choices. Leave your house, go outside, feel the breeze, have the sun on your back, and eat healthy. Steps towards your health every single day are important. Also, your future self is telling you that in your life, if you have gone through pain, if you've gone through emotions, relationships that have left you a little bit in pain and in disharmony with yourself, deal with that pain today. Because it's almost like your future self is telling you you're carrying certain baggage with you. Can you just take care of it right now? Yeah? So if you have a tendency to brush your emotions under the carpet, take care of it today. Because you want to be more free in the future, right? So resolve pain is something that your future self is also telling you. Okay, now your future self is telling you, can you please pursue that hobby today? If you want to pick up an instrument especially, can you just do it already? If you want to learn a language, can you just learn that language already? If you want to paint, can you just paint already? But think about a hobby that you've had and you've left it. Pick it up today, please. Your future self will be like, I will be so grateful. Yeah, but that creativity has to be a part of you always. So start today wherever you are. And also, if you have certain negative habits, okay, so this negative habit can be, having unhealthy habits like sitting for too long, not going out, eating unhealthy, or relationship patterns can be different from different people, and we all know our bad habits. Let's just be really, really real here. So it's important for you to break those negative habits and bad habits. Yeah? So your future self will be like really, really happy. And especially if you have some kind of bad habit relating to, any substances, alcohol, smoking, just make sure you're curbing it right now. Yeah? Break any negative habits. And one more thing, can you just let go of things that are addictive in nature? So if you are addicted to, online shopping, if you're addicted, see, addiction can be so many things these days. And if you're using it as something that will, help you with your emotions, see, there are emotional shoppers everywhere. Anytime a person get emotional, they just go out and shopping. That's not dealing with life in a healthy way. Yeah, so if you're using something as a coping mechanism to get over something else, once again, to free yourself from pain, address it in a healthier manner. That's something your future self is here to tell you. Loosen your grip on things. Yeah, and most importantly, your future is telling you, we are successful. Surrender to that success. So if you are having any money related blocks in yourself, if you're like, how are things going to be resolved? How am I going to overcome these challenges? How am I going to even survive? Don't worry, you're not only surviving, you're thriving. Success is in your life. Your future is like the best things ever. It's like filled with marshmallows and chocolates and ice creams and butterflies and rainbows and unicorns. Truly, truly. Because it's really, really filled with happiness and joy. So don't, have that, oh, how is this going to work out? How am I going to deal with this thing? It is all working out. You're fine. That is what your future self is here to tell you. So wherever you are, certain steps you need to take, healthy, habits, you need to build it up. If you have any addictions, please make sure you let it go. And when it comes to any pain, resolve it today, so that tomorrow you can have a beautiful and abundant life for yourself. That is always my sincere wish for you. I will leave you here with nothing but my best wishes. I will see you in my next one. Bye.